This is from one of our listeners, and the title is My Sad Marriage Story.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, sis.
I'm sorry.
Hi, Carver and Colton.
Hello, darling.
I hope. Oh, she said your proper
I know,
name.
I
How do you
appreciate
feel?
that.
It's like
I
Kelly.
appreciate it.
I hope you guys are doing well. I love your videos, and I thought I'd share my story with you. I got introduced to my husband in 2018 by family, and I decided to give it a chance to meet him, even though I wasn't looking for marriage. We ended up clicking so well, had an amazing conversation, and he was everything I wanted. Also, very handsome. We were inseparable since I had never felt so much at peace and ease with someone like him. So we decided to get married the following year.
Oh,
I know.
very nice.
Everything went so well. We went on our dream travels and came back. The first few months was okay, just an adjustment, and COVID had hit. From this point, it all started to go downhill, and nothing was ever okay until that day. Oh my God. He was always searching his exes on socials, and he doesn't even use socials like that. He started making negative comments on my body and how he hates skinny, light-skinned women, and he always wanted a curvy, dark-skinned girl. And I've always been such a confident girl, but he constantly kept saying that, and it shattered my self-confidence. Also, if that is your preference, why did you date a light-skinned, skinny girl if you're into curvy girls?
I know, continue.
Strange. His soft, kind demeanor started fading, never showed emotions, never said I love you. And then I discovered some dirty, explicit texts from his phone, and I had a panic attack from the shock. I confronted him, and he said it was those scam messages that I could clearly tell it was a conversation, and he flipped it on me and said that he'll never see me the same. I lost my trust, and I was always on edge checking his phone. And then I started seeing a pattern. He was always on escort websites and sending messages if they were available.
No, this guy is just crazy.
Also, isn't this so strange? That is similar to the scenario. That is everything that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, but okay, go on.
Anyway, at this point, he used to stonewall me so much that I was scared to bring anything up. Then one day I saw a full-on conversation with a prostitute who even sent photos, and I broke down. I formed a panic and anxiety disorder I was too scared to bring up. For months later, when I had the courage to do so, he completely dismissed me and said it was not true and that was never him. The emotional spew stated that he would lecture me until 3 a.m. on how horrible I am at everything.
But he's the one. I know. He's the one cheating on her.
Literally. Can't be a good wife. How he's so unhappy. How I don't know how to even communicate. This went on for months. And then one day he started hitting me with slaps and shoving me like an animal out the house. Get the F out of my house. Shoving me in my pajamas at night while it was raining because nothing was changing and I was such a horrible wife and didn't do anything right. Oh my God, what an evil man. He did that a few more times. I have never felt so afraid and anxious. I couldn't wait to get out. I'm now in the process to get things in order, so please make dua for me. I don't remember the last time I was happy and laughed and was just in a state of peace, but I know that this was a test, and may Allah never test me like that again or any other women.
I mean, this is very serious.
What an evil, toxic man.
Do you know what I just don't understand? I don't understand is, so he's married the girl. They've gone on this holiday together where she's expressed that she had a good time. They've come back into the home, COVID's hit. Suddenly you want to be an arsehole to your wife. Like I feel like in the beginning what he was doing was like a power play. Like, I'm the man. Like, do you know what I mean? You serve me sort of thing. So he's treating her like shit, and he's trying to like basically, you know, when you
assert your power.
Yeah, in a particular space. But she obviously wasn't falling for that shit. And also, like, he's such an idiot. Like, how are you going to have this stuff on your phone for your wife to see? Like, as much as you try and gaslight her into believing that she's the problem, the proof is on your phone that you're the one that's cheating. Like, you're the one that's basically effed up. She's done nothing wrong.
He's an animal.
Like, she's actually done nothing wrong.
Literally.
Like, he's actually fucking crazy hard.
Honestly,
you run away from things like this. I don't even like can class him as a human being.
He's actually crazy.
He's a horror.
Shall I tell you something, yeah? Let me tell you what's scary about this situation, and this happens to a lot of people, yeah? Is the fact that he was hiding these evil things about himself
during the talking stage,
when they got married, while they were on their honeymoons,
while
they were happy.
As soon as they got into the house, the cracks started. You know what it is? The real person comes out. And this is what I say to married ladies, especially in the beginning, during the adjustment period. Just look at the actions.
What I find shocking to me, yeah, it's like, if he was that type, like, let's dive into his psyche, because we already know he's a piece of shit, yeah? But like, if you knew that's the type of person you are, and you had these deep, like heinous things that you were doing underneath, like you're clearly on escort pages,
why are you getting married?
And you're clearly talking to prostitutes.
Why do you think marriage is going to change you? That's what I don't understand.
And also, why do you think no one would find that out?
Exactly.
Like, how do you, in your mind, think you can get away with that?
You know what I don't like? It's like, you knew all these disgusting things about yourself, but then you chose to basically share your life with a completely innocent party, may I just say, that you just dump your shit on.
How evil?
Like, that's horrible, isn't it?
And then the point, and then what makes it even worse is the gaslighting. That you think this little girl, that she's some dumb little girl that won't talk back, won't see the disgusting, filthy things that you're saying.
Take the stuff that you're saying to her, isn't gonna fight back. No.
And then just accept that you're just casually dealing with prostitutes and bring back some mad STDs.
You know what's mad? Shall I tell you the maddest thing is, she's caught him out in his like disgusting behaviour. It's like you bitch, you were caught red-handed. It's your time to apologise. No, what does he do? He's just twisted it around.
And also, why is the first point of attack? Why is the first point of attack? You're not the type of person that I wanted. So why did you approach me? Why did we get married? He's literally like, what? The preference that he's saying is the complete opposite to her.
Exactly. It makes no sense. And I'll tell you why it makes no sense. It's because he doesn't believe those things. He's saying them to hurt her. Like, it's not things that he even believes. No. Like, he's just saying whatever he needs to say to make this woman feel small.
And to get out of that confrontation that he's in.
That
sick,
it's very cowardice, very cowardly thing to do.
Yeah. But in my mind, I'm thinking, like, she should have got out way earlier. The point of the STD,
but you know what?
We can't blame you.
We can't blame her. Shall I tell you why?
It's not her fault.
You know what I mean? You got sometimes. You know what? It's good for the woman to like exercise patience in some sense. Yeah. Like, okay, some people might have a tolerance for emotional abuse. You never know. And then when it gets to physical, they're like, right, I'm out. Do you get it? Or it could be vice versa. We don't know what people have tolerances for, or they're able to bear in terms of like having patience. So props to her for dealing
regardless, you've gotten out now.
For dealing with what she dealt with and being able to leave.
And what an evil little man, honestly. Honestly, girl, I really hope you chat to your uncles and your cousins and your older brothers and you set them on him. I'm actually being serious.
We don't condone violence. But I just feel like sometimes if violence is done towards you, you should be able to defend yourself. If that means that if you can't defend yourself, then bring someone to defend you. You know what I'm saying?
No, she should have called the police on him.
She should have called the
police the moment he touched her. Yeah. Even his thoughts, he seems like a very dark, innate person. Like it's like
it comes from like low self-esteem, low sense of self-worth. That's why he's behaving that way. This woman is basically like perfect for him, but he doesn't believe that he's deserving of her. Do you know what I mean? So instead of just like relishing in those negative feelings that he feels, like all the emotional shit that he's dealing with, he's just jabbing at her. He's like, right, this is my target. I've got to bring this person down because I feel like shit. How mad is that?
But he feels like shit because of his own actions. You're choosing to do these.
No, some people just have these terrible feelings about themselves, like in general.
No, I get that, but I'm saying,
and that he hasn't worked through these feelings. So like when he's in a conflict situation, like instead of being the normal, like let's talk about this, let's find a solution. It's like, no, I just think you're a stupid little bitch and I just hate the way you look. Like, literally, the most wildest stuff will come out of their mouths. It's the emotional abuse. The wildest shit will come out of their mouth. It's not a reflection of who you are. It's how they feel inside.
I don't know. I just don't see it, honestly. For me, the only thing that I can see is the fact that you've chosen to do these things.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Like these physical things, and you've got to take responsibility.
No,
for
but
it.
I've absolutely, like, I'm not condoning.
No, I'm not saying you are.
I'm
I'm just trying to give you. I'm just trying to see it from a different perspective. Like in my eye, the way I see it is, you've had these dirty secrets, like vile, filthy secrets for a long time, and you chose to get married and put her through this.
No, I agree. I mean, like, I'm just trying to.
But you're trying to understand it from his perspective.
No, not even trying to understand it from his perspective. What I'm trying to kind of explain is why, for example, like, you know, when she caught him with when she caught him with the escorts and all that, not caught him with the escorts, but found the
messages,
the evidence, like why his instinct is to turn it around on her, or also like why his instinct is to constantly berate her.
Don't you think that's more gaslighting?
It's gaslighting, yeah, but it comes from a really dark place in his core.
To me, it just seems like he's very narcissistic, but I get you.
Yeah, he's a very dark person.
Anyway, I'm very happy that you've gotten out, and may Allah condone your bravery. And honestly, I just feel like hats off to you, man. And may Allah give you a man that gives you the love that you deserve.
May Allah allow you to repair, to heal. Forget men for a moment. No, she needs to heal. It's not like she just needs to take a step out. Like, she needs to get her divorce and just take time to find herself. You know, like in the previous scenario, the woman, she did self-care, went hiking. Fall in love with the things that like used to make you happy
again.
Yeah, like things that make you feel like you. Do those things a bit more. Don't even focus on men. Honestly, it's a very traumatic situation to come out of. And I don't think going into another relationship is going to...
No, I'm not condoning a relationship. I'm just saying.
It's going to solve, like, how she feels.
Cool.
Yeah.
Any other stuff for her?
No. I just think she needs to focus on herself. It's really horrible. Like, you've been physically and emotionally abused, isn't it? Like,
that's intense.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think about, like, how she feels, constantly feeling like she has to question herself.
You know, the worst part is like, obviously you don't know, like, the extent to which this man's actions have affected her. We don't know if she was living in a house where she felt like she was the problem. As soon as you start thinking that you're the problem, that's when your mind, like, you start dissociating, you start thinking, oh my God, like what could I, like, you try and do things to appease the situation, but nothing you do is enough. So she's gonna come out of that, like, feeling really vulnerable. And I feel like she just needs to, I don't know, even if, like, speak to someone, go and see a therapist, like, do things that you enjoy, just do things that make you happy. And I think is, like, the first point of action.
Yeah.
You know? And
surround yourself with good people, good friends, good family members.
Yeah. It's intense. That scenario is really intense.
Very intense.
May Allah never test her like that again.
Honestly. That's made me sad, but I just hope you get through this, and please let us know when you're feeling much better.
Yeah, please do.
And you're doing good things.
We're just going to continue to pray for you, inshallah, so that you find, like, ease and happiness and just...
Honestly,
like,
men piss me off so much. Especially those toxic ones.
The narcissistic ones.
And, like, the saddest thing is, like, there's not a time that you can, like, she can ever say, oh, I could see that coming. Do you know what I mean? It's just like his whole personality switched last minute. It's like you can't even predict it.
That was her life for
like a period of time.
That's so sad, isn't it? That behaviour was, like, normalised for her for a period of time.
And it's like the worst thing is she probably thought, like, he'll probably go back to who he was before.
Yeah.
Or, like, the person he was before. Like, it's just a blip, something's happened. But really and truly, that was him. Like, that's who he truly is.
And that sort of, like...
What a scam.
That sort of like leaves scars on a person, especially when they've left. She has to literally heal. Yeah. She has to heal from feeling like she wasn't deserving of. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's actually crazy. Or
like heal from the fact that every time you say something or you confront something or say something that you don't like,
Like
that
healing
the next person isn't going to make you feel like it's your fault. It's your problem.
And she has to heal from like feeling like she's treading on eggshells around
all the
someone.
time. Or she can't assert how she feels.
Yeah,
and
without
talk about her emotions.
Without just being shut down by
exactly.
the individual that claims to love you. Oh my God.
It's just a lot. Honestly, sis, we really hope you get therapy. Just 1-to-1 for 1 year. At least you have someone to like explore all those emotions with. That's consistent.
Like a part of me like wishes that she was able to like use logic in that situation rather than go with her how she was feeling. Because sometimes, like, if you're in a situation like that and you're able to think rationally, it's like, okay, like, I know I'm not the problem here. Something's wrong with this man. Like, do you know what I mean?
But not everyone, especially if it's your first marriage and you don't know.
Yeah, not everyone's able to do that. And also, like, you're, I think humans, especially, like, people in relationships are kind of conditioned to approach things from an emotional perspective because obviously you care and love the person. But, like, I really hope that she didn't do too much of that, because if she was logical and she walked away from that thinking, I literally, like, did nothing wrong and this guy just did this, it gives you, like, a cushion.
Yeah, to
like
fall
some
back on.
peace of mind.
Because it's not you.
It is, and I think she needs to realise, like, she wasn't the problem in this at all.
No.
The man had unresolved issues before he married you.
Unresolved issues. And also, he's clearly not ready for marriage, and he approached you at a time where he shouldn't have.
Yeah.
So I just don't think you should blame yourself at all. It was not your fault. You're right. It was definitely a test. Mm-hmm. And you've passed it, alhamdulillah, because you're out of it now. So
yeah,
it's just very scary to know that people experience things like that. But I think the other thing that's really important, we always talk about it, is like sharing when you're going through difficulty with like a close friend. So at least they can just give you from a different perspective.
I had a cab driver, my Uber driver the other day was a Somali man, yeah. We were just talking, and he was just talking about how, like, basically we were just having a conversation about men and women and the dichotomy, right? And he was like to me, men are just like, they're just inherently so selfish. Like when a mum, for example, falls ill or something, it's always the woman that like rushes to her or like is inclined to want to stay and take care of her, whereas men are just, you know, go about their business. But he was just like, we as a society need to protect women because they're a lot more like in tune with their emotions, and they're a lot more empathetic of, you know, just things. It basically was just basically saying that women need to be protected, and I was like, yeah. Sprinkle.
Honestly, you went through something really bad, but you know what? You've got out. You're safe now.
The strongest thing to do is leave.
Yeah, and you've done it.
So alhamdulillah, you're safe emotionally, physically.
Indeed.
So
all right, guys. Well, that is the end of the podcast for this week. Thank you guys so much for listening to us. And make sure that you make dua for our lovely sisters who sent in these scenarios.
Guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, download, share, buy tickets for the live show. What else am I missing?
And please do reviews for us, because I love reading the reviews on Apple Podcasts. They're just so fun.
And I love reading your comments on YouTube. I know I always say this, but I just love it.
I know.
But anyway, you guys are the best. We love you. Take care. Bye.